Hey internet friends, something very alarming and sad has happened. 14 black girls have gone missing in Washington, D.C. over the last 36 hours, making a total of 25 missing children in Washington, D.C. since February. But the story got a surprising lack of coverage across mainstream media as it was unfolding. Up until this morning, really. But are you actually surprised? CNN, ABC, Fox, and whatever other mainstream media outlet, they're all too busy working on dividing the country to actually care about its people. A person on Twitter sent me this Fox News article which covers these 14 missing girls, and it states, the Congressional Black Caucus is calling on Attorney General Jeff Sessions and the FBI to help in the search for missing black girls in Washington, D.C., following an alarming string of missing children cases from the nation's capital. However, in a press conference, which, by the way, the main police chief here, doesn't he look familiar? Are my eyes fooling me? I can't remember. Faces, they all go together after a while, but anyway. In response to the spike of missing DC children, police officials said there has been no increase in the numbers of missing persons in their jurisdiction. They just said they've been posting them on social media more often, which makes it seem like there's an influx of missing children. But if you consider that the Virginia area has a disproportionate amount of missing children in relation to the rest of the United States, it's really curious. Could it be due to the close proximity to Washington, D.C.? What's interesting is Amber Alerts are being brought up here, and the idea popped into my mind that maybe we could put in a personal request for Laura Silsby of AlertSense, a company that manages the technology for Amber Alerts. That is, if she's not too busy. After all, if you're new to this and you're just paying attention because these girls are missing and you want them to come home, this has been going on a while now, and those who are supposed to protect children are actually the ones who are harming them. Take Laura Silsby, for example. After the 2010 Haitian earthquake, a group of 10 individuals, including Laura Silsby, were caught trying to sneak 33 children who were not orphaned, they had families, over the Haitian-Dominican Republic border. They were arrested, and now Laura Silsby works for a company that issues Amber Alerts. How messed up is that? And while we're talking about disturbing things, let us bring up Tamara Luzzatto, DC's own Tamara Luzzatto, who hawks out her own children, Ruby, Emerson, and Maeve Luzzatto, ages 11, 9, and almost 7 according to this email she sent, to Washington, D.C.'s elite for their entertainment. Her mother also has a blog where you can spend time with these girls raw and uncut. What could that possibly mean? So if she's doing this to her own children, imagine what would happen to your children. Are your children actually safe under the watchful eye of those who govern us? And as an aside, I want these girls to come home. I know everyone does. And maybe you should stop looking at what's in front of you and look below. Because underneath Washington, D.C. is a complex system of tunnels in Dr. Dwyer's catacombs, which dump out at Rock Creek Park, which would be an excellent and convenient way to smuggle children. And also consider that there is a common denominator with these children. They're all about the same age, with the exception of a few. They all fit a physical profile, and I would be willing to bet they were all contacted by predators online, or at least some of them were. And if that's the case, why can't the CIA, who has been spying on our phones and has infected our computers and phones with malware, track these phones down, see who they were talking to online, if they had answered a Craigslist ad, or they had spoken to someone on Snapchat or Instagram, wherever, and put the pieces together. What else are our tax dollars going to fund the CIA if they're spying on us? Why can't they use their methods of spying on us to actually benefit us? It's just a question. Another question I would pose, and I do not mean to be catty or negative by this, but this one is directed at feminists. Do women only march when it benefits their political agenda? Or are y'all too busy sewing pussy hats to make a fuss about these missing girls? I know I'm painting y'all all with the same brush, and I'm sorry. I can't help but be frustrated at the silence. Speaking of silence, Black Lives Matter. We need you. Will you protest? Do these Black lives not matter? Did you know there are currently 64,000 Black women missing in the United States, according to Natalie Wilson of the Black and Missing Foundation. And I know this is a crazy out there idea, but human trafficking is not a partisan issue. The actions of those who kidnap, abuse, and murder children are not fueled by politics. Learn from the past. The mainstream media is not your friend. We cannot solely rely on ABC organizations and police, and a lot of bad things go on in Washington, D.C. So with that, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I pray these children come home, and just spread the word on this. It takes 15 seconds to share a video or an article or the face of these children. Just do it.